Gyankromah Akufo Addo watibia hwia de watibia hwia papa hwe watibia hwia mokai say recently ena Gyankromah Akufo Addo ba bonte ebe clarify say sa se men nam mframa mu say under ne papa presidency ye man contract so mbenti interchange sase won kran ha no enya no kre na wo mo kasa answer no be take legal action against those people. Na wamana nso kwa omaeti ase se sika wo mu creative art agency for krade yes adwuma no emfre aban kotokuo mu ya nkura na ebuabuo sika no a solicitive funds den ema wo mu edidi sa adwuma no. But ade ba kwa Gyankromah failed to do ne say Gyankromah anche ye price and as the amount of money or the adwuma no sika no de one boss one can say okay so must made 25 million and a year ya man for 25 million maybe I made 10 million and a 7 million a year and no one can once and not this man or your century or Kessben ne did kojo preko dan kwa KPD say okay say what say and yet 25 million or the penty then they clarify sika saying how much because what the loopholes a statement no sika saying how much and all the penty interchanges no a saying and all the penty so say 25 million now a saying beyano.
Again, I have heard stories connecting with Miss Gyankromah and I feel so the issues of say yes, Uyusu Sikebi, Sikabutinebi statement, even or the year and crime paint, and all those things. Ayana, Miss Gyankromah, I beg you, some of these things when you try stepping in to also bring in press releases, what they say now, but you leave too much loopholes for us to dig into it. I didn't want to touch on it, but I have to touch on it. I'm not saying it's me who evidence be said you would the year 25 million be aqua yejuma me who ye. And yes, you stand, correct to say be any evidence, and I don't have any evidence on that. So I will not even touch on that matter. Say what you should state money at the ISR paintings. I will not touch on it because I have no evidence, and I'm stating it clearly. I have no evidence to it, so I'm not even touching the money matters. But you are leaving us in some loopholes and something that you need to clear. Listen, what's the when you see statement? We all agree. Your mouth that respect, and we are cool with that. But tell us, how much did you use in doing the murals? How much did you use then in fixing it? Because Sawuka Chaya started this project in 2018 with Creative Art Agency. Then respectfully, Miss Gyankromah Obua, because Creative Art Agency did not start in 2018. Creative Art Agency, they see Hona Ubedi and so illegal, it started in 2020, not 2018. Get it right, because I'm dealing with your own press statement. 2, you weren't emphasizing to tell us, say, private sector and a brown year akweje interchange. No problem. But who are these private sectors? Individuals that we are talking about. Can't you mention them? And then again, how did you use your own money to do Tetekwasi morals? Me pacho bridge enya wodia enya media state dia. So if you use your own money to do it, maybe so, how much did you use in fixing the morals on Tetekwasi? You said it. Again, we say Ghana Gas, then Penino Honora Ben Asante, Emma Sika to even help. Again, how much did Ben Asante give? So that you can clear that argument or that space, that loophole now where Jawohono said, among focus where you see state money, then clear it for us. So when you see state money, there was painting. What the painting that you did, you have told us that you use your own money. How much did you use? How much did you use in doing those paintings? Let us know. Because like I said, say anka uye legal then, nanka uye legally appointed Creative Art Agency, Penyinia, you would have gone through process. And you didn't go through any process in getting fundraising. Because you should know that if you are a head, an executive secretary of an agency, what happens is that you have a board. When you were operating as the executive secretary for Creative Art Agency illegally, and I repeat, illegally, because you were not appointed, you didn't have a board. You did not have a board. In 2018, you had Creative Art Council, of which you were the executive secretary, and then Mark Okrokumante was the president. And in that Creative Art Council, it was just a 4 months appointment any mark any team to go around the country to secure people's mind for us to have the 2020 Creative Art Agency Act 1048. So clearly you did not start Creative Art Agency. It's your right. So that's what I'm saying is that so what throw your press releases now, make sure you don't leave any loopholes. So one my Bright can come apologize, no problem. We salute that. And Bright has done well. But the point is that tell the whole Ghanaian, tell Ghanaians, if you come clean, tell us how much did you use? And I'm daring you to say it in your next press statement. How much did you use in doing the murals in the large paintings now? Ahina who you sue ye, ahina benasante de mao, ahina coral paint for the mao, paint no the mao, a worth how much? One kasa who you sue with sika edi painti, ayete kwasino, how much did you use? And again, who are those private sectors who helped you in painting Akwaje? And who gave you that order to even do the murals? Who gave you that permission? If indeed you were then the executive secretary of a Creative Art Council. That is all that I'm asking you. We are not talking about the money issue any longer. Any evidence, and of course I don't have any evidence to deal with that. But I'm asking you to tell us, if we are not mentioning those figures, how much did you use in dealing with that?
Kessben 92.9, the Bianchi.
Asidan kwa Kessben for asidan kwa yedamase da koto nyum no cry to say yedamase. You see, problem will be a free banner. Say, you see, Ghana for say, you per se bisa Gyankromah questions are ultimate answering now. It's a fact. Say, see a bisa Gyankromah questions are. She cannot answer. Because what's the number one? And yet your friend is saying, and yet I bind Sikano the Ankura no mutia scanner mao. Ajuma na we any abanya ajuma. And I know said there are some government institutions that also contribute to scanning. I don't know even say a private individuals are and a private companies are. Sound microphone omunidi Sikasa on the penti. Sikasa how much? Say open say Ghana for give the whole story and the whole statement I will make clear. You should be able to clarify everything. Oh, you have $25 million as cities. You're saying, oh, win a try. You can make your inquiries. But you cannot come and say that, oh, and then I bind me and a contract, a young Francica, and a year, then you 25 million. But price, they get 25 million, say no, the So all this while, no, and you see, Sadia we won't. Think I ended business and Anka Sharaf Mahama and Farida and any of President Mahama Mana that the issue be different. Gyankromah Kura Wanya Juma Biada won life Muno. Yeah, the Creative Art Agency shared in some Ghana for Mboa. Ibrahim Mahama or any engineer since Kufuor time till date no. Ya man of contract. Ghanaians said it MPP for so Muntiasi. Eti se Gyankromah per se oka asem no ema Ghana fo obia tibia na yeti ne wansia ombra bontin embe release another statement questions are ye bisai na onya de umeyi ano na nye sem Gyankromah na ambulance case asem na ne dinwo mo kai sa ambulance asem mo kai nye sem Akufo Addo baba Gyankromah eno kura asem kura de kan wie loopholes in the doors. Mudia where yebe bye nsemu krom ha yebe nsemu ewo Ghana. The corruption that caused one the MPP no, it was too much. Imagine President Mahama government not Farida eka bino ne the creative art agency ashense kasembe na Poliando no MPP for betina teams waka